Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Cooking with Heather. It's been a while. I'm sorry. I can only do these as much as I have money to do them. Today we're going to do a bit of a mystery box. I don't know how many of you have seen MasterChef, but mystery boxes are usually timed, but I don't want to do that, so we're not going to do time, but we're going to have a selection of ingredients that we put together to make a very nice homey meal. Gonna start by putting some chicken on and then adding things to the pot. I got a brand new pot so that it can fit like 5 chicken breasts at a time in there. And that's something you gotta thank Walmart for, because I actually bought brand new cooking things for myself. Sometimes I get them at the dollar store, but other times I get them from Walmart, so thank them for that. Let's pour a tiny bit out. Actually, we only need a little bit. We only need that much. So we'll put it on the stove and we'll turn it on maximum because I like my chicken breast cooked at maximum. Okay, so we have chicken breasts that have been partially thawed because I just threw them in the sink. We need to wash our hands because we have touched these. Oh, listen to that sizzling. These burners are a pain in the butt. Okay, so we're going to add some pasta and some rice. Simply because I want both. I've never added both to a dish. And I think it would be interesting to try. We're not going to add much pasta simply because it is something I've never tried. And you know, the fun part is once the chicken breasts are done, or better cooked or better thawed, I will take them out and I will chop them when they're partially thawed, if I decide to. Anyway, we will put in some rice now. Brown rice, because we want to make this as healthy as possible, right? I mean, I might just wait to chop this up until it's all done. Honestly, this is going to be fun. Is this thing still running? It is. Yeah, I missed cooking for you guys. Like, as in my viewers, because you're just amazing people. You know, it seems like these buggers aren't thawing as well as I'd like. So what I'm going to do is take them out and put them in my big fry pan that I just bought at Walmart. Because it's a non-stick pan, so we don't have to worry about that. And all the chicken's covered in rice, we'll just leave that be. Oh, this one is big enough. This one's fine enough to chop a bit, so let's chop it. I don't have a cutting board because my roommate pretty much swiped them all. But we will manage, won't we? See, it's like, honestly, I'm just cutting them up. Yeah, we've got chicken pieces here. You know, this knife isn't doing a very good job, so we'll have to get a bigger knife. Put this one in the sink. We just want chicken pieces in right now. All these knives suck. But you know what? You do what you can, and that went on the floor, so it's not good anymore, and we're not going to use it. It's okay. Ugh. Honestly, chicken's stupid. But we gotta use it. But while we're waiting for the chicken to kind of fry up, we're gonna add our stuffing. Chicken can sometimes be very stupid. We're gonna add yummy stuffing to our stew pot. This is turkey stuffing, and it's stovetop, and it was only $1. It was only $1 in shopping, so of course I bought like 7 of them. Of course we clean up after ourselves. So I'm going to throw this away. Honestly, I just love experimental cooking. This is the first mystery box I've decided to do. Now, it's going to look cool when it's done, hopefully. So let's just add our ingredients and hope that it turns out great. We want some bacon, obviously. After it thaws a bit, we'll stick it in the sink. People have told me I need to audition for MasterChef Canada. I would, except for the fact that I'm in school right now for administrative assistant. Had I not gone into school, I would have applied. So next, we're going to take a can of peas. Open them somehow with my trusty hand opener, because I prefer hand openers to the regular electric ones, because electric ones you can cut yourself on quite easily and end up with 5 stitches in your middle finger. And the can is being difficult today, well, that's okay. We'll just pour the pea stock in. And be very careful when you do this. And we'll get the peas in there. They're sweet peas, they're canned peas, but still. That's why it's called a mystery box. Everything is a mystery until I say what it is. So let's get on with it. Let's add some more pasta. Because honestly, I think the pasta thing is cool. Oh, this chicken is frying up really nicely. You don't want a ton of pasta, we just want a little bit. And if we're done with an ingredient, we have to put it away where it can't be found or used. I do want some bacon while I'm over here. I want some bacon bits in with these chicken. And with this. spaghetti sauce. You definitely want some spaghetti sauce. And just make, oh. Do not cut yourself on these lids because it hurts to cut yourself on the lids. And just sift that in there real nice. Just make sure it feels loved. Just make sure it feels so very loved. Now we've got to turn our attention to this chicken, because it's getting to where I can chop it up. We shall get out our special tongs that I also bought at the dollar store, and that are very cool. Because I didn't have a lot of dishes when I moved in. They're not quite melted yet, but we'll put something over them to help them. They're very, very, very frozen, so we have to wait quite a bit while unless we pour some stuff over them, but I don't want to do that. I just want them to cook happily and naturally. But this is coming along nice, but we do need some more stuffing to make it less liquidy, because it's a little liquidy for my taste. This is truly a mystery box. This is the first mystery box of Cooking with Heather, because usually I plan what I'm going to make in advance. This is a mystery box. Because I thought of the ingredients, but I had no idea what I was going to do with them. So you're all sitting with me in this awesome mystery box. And I'm excited for how this is going to turn out. I should honestly get some seasoning on that chicken. I do have some onion powder. I'm not using the lemon and pepper powder because Mom hates it. Mom hates the lemon and pepper powder, so I'm not going to use it in cooking right now. Like, honestly, I want some onion powder though. Having lots of fun. Look at this masterpiece. Look at that. And the chicken's roasting happily over there. I don't often do these anymore. Food costs money and I only get one once a month. And asking for donations merely to do the cooking shows would be inappropriate because I am not a celebrity. We'll just bask this in onion powder, some lemon juice. These cost $1 at the Walmart, by the way. If you go to the right one. They're cute and they're handy. Put the lid back on so the top will cook. It's a small lid, but what can you do with the limited supplies I have? That's the point of a mystery box, by the way. You have limited supplies of both food and other things. And you have to make the best of what you've got and do a good job with it. You can't make crap. If any of you have ever seen MasterChef, they do one of these every round, and I'm pouring some French fried onions into the big pot just simply for a bit of flavor. Isn't that awesome? So I'll mix it all up. This is going to taste really good once the chicken comes back. It's going to be a mess. I guess I don't need this big thing of rice. I can save it for later. There was enough rice in there that... But I try not to use white rice if I can avoid it, simply because I want to be healthy. Just look at this amazing food. Oh my gosh. How is our chicken doing? It's going to be a bit of a mess, but it's cooking, so what do you expect? Is this breaking apart yet? No, this is still very frozen. I suppose I could get out the big boy knife and check the reel. This is a special, I think this is a dollar store knife. You can get amazing things at dollar stores. So it's very possible to be a good chef on a budget. Oh, there we go, it's free, yay! And I can even flip this over. Ooh, that is white. Move this off the heat so I don't get blasted as I cut pieces off the chicken. I'm going to turn this off temporarily so I don't get burned. We're cutting it in the pan. We should probably have something to hold it steady. Definitely turn this down a bit. It's all cooking nicely, but we need to add the chicken at some point. This really is a mystery box, and it's just amazing. I'm trying not to trash. Ooh, that flew a bit. it's not hot anymore, so I can just stick my hands in there and kind of pull it apart. This chicken is really fatty. But doing this is better than using it. To literally get in the pot. This is a challenge. I mean, it's not so much challenging as it takes a lot of time. And you have to be careful not to slice your fingers off while you're navigating blind in the pot. Because if you slice your fingers and you're bleeding all over your food, you can't use it. So this is definitely something new. I've never sliced chicken in the pot before, and this is very precarious, very dangerous. If you're going to slice chicken, do it on a cutting board. But I don't have any really, so I'm slicing it in the pot. And that is the most hygienic thing I can think of to do. Let's get rid of some of these pieces into the pot. And we'll heat this up again. As we slice it, we've got to dump it in the pots, just simply because you'll have a chance to cook in all the juices of the salsas. This mystery box is a bit of a crazy idea. But it's definitely worth the effort putting into it. You just have to be very, 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 very careful. About not slicing your hand as you're cutting the chicken in the pot. I would not recommend that novice cookers do this. Really not recommend they do this. The chicken's cooking, I just can't get it cut fast enough. Oh, we did get it cut this way. Oh, gotta be kidding me, I did get cut. And the blood got on the chicken. See, that's why you don't generally want to do that. Okay, so this is a lesson. I mean, I'm okay, thank goodness, but be very careful because your finger can slip. And since this chicken is no longer edible, we do this. We take it over to the garbage with the tongs. We do not touch it and further contaminate it. And that means all the chicken, even the partially cooked one that was in the bottom, we can't use it. But now that the injury is treated, we put that in there and just deal. We move this off. Because my finger's fine, but that's a very, like, be very careful when you're cutting. And we want some onion powder in there. Lucky it wasn't much. It wasn't much of an injury, thankfully. But we can start by seasoning our stew. Could have been a lot worse. Just be very careful when you're doing that. Because being cut and cooking is not a laughing matter. It screws the master chefs all the time. I'm going to put some sweet and sour sauce in here. Stir it up some. Just bury the chicken pieces now so we don't have to look at them. So our bacon ready to be added. It is. We've got some bacon ready. But we're going to cut it first. Or maybe it'll just fall apart in our hand either way. We're good. Gotta wash our knife first. We're going to cut it into pieces. And we're going to throw it in squares. I mean, granted, bacon isn't the healthiest of things, but I do need to use it. And it'll make up for that losing. Alright, ladies and gents, let's get on with the cooking. I'm sorry, but the tape runs out after so long, and we're just going to get right to cooking. This is all cooking very interesting. We're having a lovely, well, this is cooking and doing what it needs to. Let's do a little cleanup. We don't need everything out that we have out. We can clean up and make this a nice little peaceful kitchen. We don't need, well, we do need the sweet and sour, but we don't need these spices anymore. So we can put them away. I personally have an organization system for all my spices. And the onion flakes and everything that goes in the fridge, because it's so important to be organized. And so things don't go bad. Cooking is an art, it's a science, as I've said it before. I'll just clean off my little spatula. Make it all clean and pleasant and happy. Dry it off. We'll just do some damage control on the cleaning. And we need to allow the steam to escape, because otherwise the glass top's going to pop right off and explode. So we're just going to do a lift control and cleaning. I'm just going to do some really quick damage control and cleaning and make sure it's all clean and happy and of course I'm doing Soho. And these videos, by the way, are family friendly. So if your family's looking for something to cook, please come to some awesome G-rated fun with Cooking with Heather, please. It's absolutely hilarious. And it's good for the whole family. It's a good family home evening project, actually, if you're Mormon. Even if you're not Mormon, it's a good way to spend time as a family watching Cooking with Heather episodes and wondering how best you can deal with your lives. And maybe, you know what? Cooking is a great way for a family to spend time together. Cooking helps you to learn, to grow, to bond, and to appreciate each other's strengths and also their weaknesses, because there cannot be strength without weaknesses. And the steam is really getting around, so we'll just cork it for a while. Strengths and weaknesses are essential to all our growth, and I seldom give sermons during cooking episodes, but why not? Why not? We need them sometimes. And this bad boy needs to be cleaned as well. We'll just let it cook by steam, the chicken and the bacon. And we'll just simply get on with our day by washing some dishes. Like, honestly, this is the less glamorous part of cooking, but it needs to be done in order to actually there. That's a lot cleaner, isn't it? Oh. It's steaming up. Let's turn it down. If it's steaming up like that, it means it's cooking very gloriously, but we don't want it that high. We're going to end up burning something. So we'll turn it down a bit. We'll let the steam subside, if it will. There, it's subsiding, thank goodness. And we'll just clean up a little bit of what we've got going here. Because honestly, it's a mess. It's a bit of a mess, and messes are never good. If we want to clean them up as quickly as possible. Simply because there are other people living here and they wouldn't appreciate the mess. turn it down to minimum. There. Oh my, that's done a wonder on that food. That has done a wonder. Steam cooking always does wonders, doesn't it? Gosh, you cannot be afraid to steam clean simply because the steam cooking really just does miraculous things, my goodness. Is it done? Oh, almost. In the meantime, let's prepare. I mean, we're going to eat some, of course. But we're not going to eat all of it. We're probably just going to eat a very small bowl today. But honestly, this has been a good episode. We can even take the lid fully off now because it's so low. Look at this masterpiece of a mixture box. Look at that. And I'm not even going to go over what's in it simply because I don't feel the need to. Because if you're all wondering what's in it, you can always rewind the video and watch it again. Because honestly, I'm not your mother. Oh, the bacon's just taking a little bit longer. Honestly, it'll turn out all right. Put it on for another round of steam cooking. Wash this again. And I'll just wait. Honestly, these episodes have been great, and don't be mad at me if it doesn't turn out for you the way it turned out for me in terms of cooking this mystery box, because every chef is different, every ingredients are different, every set of cooking rules is different for every person, so don't be mad at me if you end up making a mess with your cooking. Cooking's an art, cooking is a science, cooking has to be precise. You can't screw around with it. You just can't. You have to be careful, you have to be smart, you have to know and understand the ingredients you're working with. You've got to understand what will work and what will not. Honestly, you've really got to understand that. I'm just so happy that I can teach you some of the things I know and that we can all learn together about cooking, because I'm not a master chef. I'm a home cook. And all this, all these episodes, all this time I spend with this audience is definitely worth my time. I like people. I'm a people person. I like showing them new and exciting things that I am attempting to do. Oh gosh, that's my bliss right there. That just looks so freaking good. We gotta get the drain pan ready so that we can get all the water out of the creation. Just gotta run a quick scrub through the sink so nothing else is in there. Get my drain pan, wherever it went. Because it is a real drain pan, it really is. It's a really nice drain pan, it's this. It's going to take a while for all this to drain, but it's going to be definitely worth it when it's done. And this pot, this stock pot, which is the best for heavy duty cooking like I've shown you today. Looks like it needs another round of steam cooking. We'll give it another round of steam cooking. But you know, I'm probably going to only eat a little bit and store the rest for supper, just because I like to do that. I usually make a big meal, eat small portions at a time, and I've got a good meal for like 2 or 3 days. Which isn't overly a bad thing. So I'm definitely going to have some for storage. I mean, it'll take a while for this to steam cook, I'm sure, but honestly, you can see it cooking just because of all the water, all the steam that's going to gather. Honestly, it's a very good experience to watch and learn. My basic cooking came from my mother. Hopefully this will be done in the next few minutes. Honestly, don't be afraid to try new things, but don't be careless about what you try. But it is better to try and fail than to not try at all. Not trying is the worst failure one can possibly imagine. And see, look, it's steam cooking again, so we'll give it a few minutes of steam cooking. Because steam cooking is very interesting. You've got to be careful with it or else the steam could burn you. But steam cooking cooks things very fast and very efficiently. Honestly, I'm very pleased to have shown you this today. If you hear any background noise, don't mind it. My awesome landlords are doing some stuff around the house and waiting for conference to come back on. But I I wanted to take some time and do a service for you all today and show you this amazing mystery box adventure. Yes, there was a bit of an injury, but injuries are the way we learn things sometimes. It's the way we become better in hopes that we don't have a repeat in the future. Let's check the steam cooking. Let's turn it down first so the steam doesn't blast us in the face. And as the lid clears, we'll know it's safe to open the lid. Yeah, there we go, we're done. That's good, that's good. We can turn it off now. We can get it over to the drainage. Once it stops steaming. That's amazingly well done. It's going to be heavy and a bit warm, so take precautions. Take some very, very good precautions and use the oven mitts to carry the food over. That's amazing, isn't it? We have to let it dry though. We have to, the pan took a bit of a beating. I will admit that, as a pot did. So what we do in that case is turn the cold water on. Honestly, it looks very well done. I'm going to put most of it into a nice storage container just simply because there's not enough for me to eat right now. Well, there's too much, actually. But we're going to let it cool for a bit. Cooking episode by zoom in on it draining in the sink because it's honestly very, very good looking. Look at that. There's a mystery box stew for you. Yummy. And it has to drain simply because there's a bit of water in it, but it's going to taste very good when it's done. This has been Cooking with Heather. Have a lovely day.